Hello, this is Nathan, better known as CrazyhermitDM, and this is my podcast, The Hermit Homebrew. Joining me today is Brent from Lang Mini Studios, and Chase, better known as Kilk, as we talk about Dungeons & Dragons and tabletop gaming. I wanted to lean into this brain room a little bit, and it just leaned into the more of the cosmic horror because it was that. It looked like the walls were literally like that wrinkles of a brain, and I explained that there's this almost 80s set dressing of this line of glowing that would just thrum throughout the room back and forth. The obelix swallowed Merrick, and then also there was this pedestal, or not a pedestal, but a monolith with a squid on top of it.
What's his name? Cthulhu.
Yeah. It was a Reaper Cthulhu monolith mini that I had painted years ago and had the chance to break it out. So
I finally got to use it.
I've used it multiple times. I've actually used it in the Cade campaign once. It was in the center of the room at the end of that campaign when the portal opened. That's
oh, okay, yeah.
And then I think the true kind of confusion happened, or not confusion, I guess a moment of badassery came when the next session happened and Kyle alpha strike the obelix by himself.
And just freaking one-shot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much for it being an elder or super badass thing. You got one shot.
He hit it 3 times, crit twice, and hit normally the third. And just rolled massive amounts of damage. And they have 120-ish health at level 18, 19. Well, he's a level 20 NPC, so
Kyle was just concerned that his contemporary was in danger.
Exactly. But it was it is a badass moment, I really think.
Oh no, it was absolutely, because it was a second time that Kyle was confirmed to be a badass. First was when he fought Walden, and then he did it now. It was oh, he deserves the title of the holy knight that he is.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's doing.
And also, it was a good showing of power after that conversation he just had with you.
True statement.
The other moment had happened, though, that maybe lent into, Kyle, was there was these aberration cave fishers that I had planned to bring off. And I had planned a dozen of them, basically to come in and pull the party into these folds of the brain, and it would, not intellect devour, but start,
eat them.
Yeah, intellect drain them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If they got pulled into the folds. With him one-shotting at all these bugs, for lack of a mechanical term, it's we all have 30 HP. We're not coming out.
Yeah, we just saw that. Nah. You have fun with that and go and just
and with
move on.
Tove's massive perception, all she saw was just a series of these dozen antennas just kind of wriggling out between these brain folds of she saw where all of them were.
Yeah, she saw them, yeah.
But she knew they weren't coming out. And then one tickled Toybar's ear.
Yeah, we there for a second we thought he was infected or something, but then we were no, he just got tickled.
Oh yeah, we thought it maybe a Mindflayer tadpole had gotten into me.
Yeah, they implanted something in your ear canal or something. It's oh wait, no, Mindflayer tadpoles go to the eye.
That excuse me. That as a player. I mean,
as a player, yeah. As a character, no, we don't know any of that.
But so far, I think from a set dressing or a scene, I think that is the creepiest room that I've come up with. At least
that was pretty good, especially with the antennas and us knowing things were in those folds. And so we kind of wanted to stay away from the folds because we didn't want to trigger what was happening. Even when we knew that they were kind of afraid of us and didn't want to engage, we didn't want to engage either because it would be a waste on resources. It would take time, all that stuff.
The next room, though, is that's where we that was our actually last room, and then we're all kind of caught up finally. This room that the group kind of cautiously went into. You guys saw this. I'd used the miniature for the magic pool that was back in Odin's vault that I have, and I placed it in the middle of this room. And you guys got to go kind of mess with it a little bit before it sunk into the floor, and then I described it looking like it was mechanical.
Yeah, the weird like reactor, the weird like power thingy.
Which that's all it kind of was a power reactor that you guys, it had a couple of effects to it that you guys just didn't
run into.
toggle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, trigger meltdown. Yay, Chernobyl.
But it led to an interesting area where I was trying to be clever as a dungeon master, but it backfired because Toybar, Chase, you as Toybar were casting dancing lights one way or the other down these like two hallways that you couldn't see either way, and there was mind flares on either side of each side. So, and I was rolling intelligence checks, and I was rolling insanely high. So these guys were guesstimating what you were doing, and they are casting dancing lights back at slightly different colors, which Rama noticed, and trying to throw you off and lure the group in of like, what the fuck is this? And then mind blast you all. And that was the motivation in my mind, is like they were trying to trap you, but it backfired. And it backfired in a major way because you surged. Probably the most prolific mechanical surge I've seen you do in this entire campaign.
And and so appropriate for the setting, for the location, for who we were fighting, all of it. And it came up randomly.
Yeah, and the two options that it gave me, too, were hilarious. Because something happened and I wasn't able to use all of my movement anymore. I can't remember what it was.
I think it was another surge.
And it could have been,
no,
yeah.
you had leg cramps.
Yeah, you had a surge that caused leg cramps.
That's right. For like a day or something, right?
Day,
so
yeah.
like for the rest of the campaign, I was basically going to be...
Yeah, for the rest of the campaign, you're
minus...
limping.
Yeah, you're half speed.
Minus 10 feet.
Or,
yeah, minus 10, yeah.
Okay.
And so when this surge happened and I got the two options, the one option was you gain 10 feet of movement speed for the next minute. And I was like, oh, we're in combat. This might be cool. You know, as like an adrenaline thing. I've got leg cramps, but I'm pushing through it because we're fighting combat, right? You know, 1 minute of normal movement speed. But the other one was aberrations are now considered feared if they can see you or something. Right?
Yeah, you rolled for antipathy / sympathy, which basically you get
yes.
You get to choose an aberration specific. Well, you get to choose a creature type, but you get a creature specific fear roar, which our paladin has, and
yeah.
But yours is just bigger?
So
or something?
Mine only affects aberrations. It states that all aberrations who come within 30 feet of you or can see you become feared of you. And there's no but it's
save,
always
right?
present.
Yeah.
There's no, like, me turning it off. There is a save.
Oh, okay.
But I believe they only get to make it once. So if they leave the line of sight, come back in, they don't get to make it again. And it is always up for, like, the next 7 days. And so I told that one, that's why I told that one Mindflayer, like, I'm the great destroyer of aberrations.
Yeah.
Because I geisted that Mindflayer. Or no, I dominated monster, I think. And on that Mindflayer, and I told him to try to convince the other Mindflayers to give him the keys, and that I was the great aberration slayer or some shit.
And I think
and it worked, you know? They threw all the keys on the ground and poofed out.
Yeah, they did. They just threw them down and ran.
Yeah, plane shifted out, which, you know, I have to bring up a small dungeon master point to anyone that's listening. You know, as a storyteller with those type of moments, like, I had one thing in mind, it went the exact opposite way. And as a storyteller, I believe in those type of moments, pull the paddles into the boat and let those situations flow you downstream. And not fight against the current, because that just is going to ruin the player's fun. Like, the player got the upper hand. Why take that away from them? Why, as a DM, are you going... Well, I understand why, as a DM, you're going to be disappointed that your combats aren't going as you expect, but the thing with TTRPGs is that there's so many unknowns, and all we can do is learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let it play out. You never know what kind of crazy stuff will come out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when you're in an encounter that's not really a boss encounter, right?
No.
If it's like we're fighting, drones and Mindflayers and stuff, but we're like level 19, so these things shouldn't really be a problem for us. So why not allow the party to have fun and have their interactions with these monsters, right? And create memorable little things like this. I'm probably going to remember becoming that great apparition slayer to these things for like the next 5 years.
But
yeah, let your players feel powerful.
Especially right before they're going into the boss battle.
Yeah, especially when they're level 18, 19, getting ready to go into the final boss. Yeah, let them feel like these world heroes that they are.
I'm going to be honest. I've been looking at this final boss battle, and unless the dice really go in your favor, which I'm always that DM that is that way, I don't see everyone coming out of this.
Merrick's going to die. Because I foresee not rolling anything above a 10.
I think you're going to get more frustrated with me with that final boss battle with the Overseer.
Ah, jeez. Merrick's really going to die. All of his abilities are going to get shut down. He's immune to smite.
But...
immune to all damage.
No!
But only if you're a paladin or warlock.
Yeah. He's immune to he's immune to edgelords paladins.
He's immune to edgelords paladins. Toybar, guys him. You're our only hope.
This episode's been brought to you by... In the age of sagas and songs, don't let your next TTRPG be left to the Norns alone. Let the fate of your character be carved in runes and cast in metal, liquid core, or prismatic glass. Let the players of your table wield dice worthy of Odin, Thor, Loki, and yes, Heimdall. Heimdall dice, dice worthy of guarding the Bifrost with. Claim the glory of Valhalla with HeimdallDice.com. Heimdall Dice, the official Nordic dice of the Hermit's Homebrew podcast. Alright, tabletop gamers. Go dive into our favorite Goblin Run little workshop. The sparks have been flying, and these little maniacs at the Wicked Goblin crew have just relaunched their store. It's packed with killer merch and literally dozens of different designs on almost anything you'd need at your gaming night. From shirts to drinking glasses to dice trays and even totes to carry it all away at the end of the game night. And now they're rolling up to the table with us at the Hermit's Homebrew podcast. It's like your own personal goblin craftsman dressing up your game night. The other fun part, though, happened... Like, the other fun thing, and this is a true D&D moment, what happened with Merrick, because you guys found these, like, Mindflayer pods, and just for randomly no reason, started ripping them out of the walls.
Oh, no, it was just, for Merrick, it was just, he wanted to be a jerk.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, so I just want to knock this thing over, and didn't he fail?
No, you passed, and it I think...
when we were looting...
I think Krimgash talked shit to you.
That's what it was.
And it looked like he said something like, you looked like you were struggling a little bit.
Yeah, you were struggling on that. Here's how it's done. Yeah.
And then he rolls an athletics check and ties you.
Yeah.
And then you guys start talking shit again. And he goes, yeah, but I didn't have to use magical gauntlets. And then drops his microphone off.
And walks off.
Yeah.
And then it goes to Kyle.
And Kyle does the same exact thing and then rolls the same exact
and he
check.
got the same exact number. Yeah, to where we all tied. We all got like 23s or something.
Yeah, in the 20s.
Yeah, it was in the 20s, but we all got the three of us got the exact same number.
And it was only like a 15 or an 18 DC to rip these things out of the wall.
Yeah, so we were like just tearing these things out. And then I remember Tove being like, "Okay, guys, let's knock the pissing contest off."
All right. You guys all have equal sized dicks. Come on.
Yeah. Toybar, get in on this. And you go tear that one out.
Could you
That was
imagine?
when Toybar was sitting over on the side looking at all his goodies, which I still haven't gotten a list for, by the way.
Yeah, I'll give it to you this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
got
That's also why he's mad at Kyle.
Yes.
Yeah, because I Walmarted it. I just stuck my hand out and everything into the bag. But it's also why he's mad at Kyle, because Kyle was standing over there when he found it, and it was a rhetorical question, right? He found it, so it's his, and he was like, "Do you want any of this?" Expecting him to just be like, "Oh," and turn away, and he didn't, and he took that purple potion, and so now I'm like, "What? You just taking my shit?"
I think it was that weird Midwestern thing of you guys are trying to be kind to each other, but not. And he's like, if you have a problem with it, I'll take that potion. You're like, no, I have any problem. And then your mind's like, I have a total problem with it.
I have a total problem.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. But he's already on my shit list.
Well, why is he on your shit list?
Because I blame him for having that thing stuck to my head back in the city.
The fake helmet. That makes sense.
It's going to be funny if he dies in that final boss battle and Toybar just goes to his body, goes through his like little side satchel.
And finds that purple potion.
And just takes that one thing.
And that's it, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like, and there's like valuable artifact things in there.
There's like a Holy Avenger in there and like a whole bunch of other stuff. And it's like, nope, this potion's mine.
And all it is like a potion of like clairvoyance or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like a purple potion. And I was just like,
But to be fair, if Toybar found a Holy Avenger, he would totally take it.
Toybar? I don't think he would care too much.
It's a magic item. Everybody teaches Toybar.
That was actually where we ended the last session, and then we got to talking, and I started realizing, really, I think we only have, unless your guys' endgame plans really take up 2 sessions, which they might, and I won't be mad if they do, by any means. I think we only have 3 sessions left of this campaign.
So we'll wrap up in December?
It depends how well Chase's hernia surgery goes and he doesn't end up like in traction somehow with his luck lately.
I'm thinking maybe I might not need it. So we'll see.
You might not even need surgery?
I mean,
good.
I pretty much feel pretty good. I mean, I have little moments here and there, but overall, like...
Aren't you still on the nerve dampeners though?
No, I stop. I only take those things if I'm having like a bad day, I guess.
Oh.
That's the way I was with my painkillers after so long. Nice.
Yeah, that's great, man. Nice.
Mainly because they make me really tired.
Yeah, that's the problem with heavy pain drugs.
It's no excuse. I was out editing this podcast on painkillers a year ago.
Here we go. Back when I was on them, uphill both ways. I had to edit in the snow with no shoes.
So I'm going to get a little bit grim with this hypothetical situation for you guys. And we'll start with Brent and then we'll go to Chase. Who do you guys predict makes it out of this campaign? Who dies?
Tove survives. Somehow Flint will make it because the universe is funny.
He's got plot armor. And it's not even intentional plot armor.
Of the players...
Right. That's the best plot armor.
I know, right? Of the players, I think Merrick has the biggest risk of dying and not coming back. Everybody else, I think, has a really good chance. Mainly because of Merrick and Kyle. If Merrick and Kyle are on the front lines, the Overseer can't move forward, and it will become a ranged battle. And as we've seen previously between Toybar and Rama, they can deal out some huge numbers at range.
Oh, especially her Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Now that she has 4.
So
Yeah, it's just 4 now.
Pretty much my whole idea with Merrick is round 1, get up as close as I can to the Overseer, and then just, if I can, drop a smite. After that, it's just going to be, how do I survive?
Yield.
Because it's going to be either hit points or it's going to be his saves getting attacked. Though, and either one could be nasty.
And the other side contingent is if he survives the Overseer, does he? Because if you guys go after Rathgrith, that does become a combat. Does he survive Rathgrith?
Oh, Rathgrith ain't nothing. I'm not worried about her.
Oh, okay.
Oh, if she's as powerful as she is, why doesn't she take care of the Overseer? Oh, wait, she can't. That's why she's not here right now. That's why she needs us. That's why she needed the Spirit Bomb. It's because she can't do it herself. She ain't nothing.
You ready for the twist? Everything's always been going according to her plan. The Nords told her how to manipulate everything so that we would fight the Overseer instead of her. Did our numbers.
I could actually see that.
I remember you popping that down on me. I can't remember where you told me that, Chase, but yeah.
That's why the devs put long rests in D&D. And as long as I've got 1 hit point, I'm good to go.
I didn't hear no bell.
It's true.
I ain't hear no bell.
That would be, a supernatural twist, considering how that ends of because Dean didn't stop after defeating God.
Yeah.
It's Rathgrith that does American.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your prediction though, Chase?
I think Grimgash is a goner. I think Gilvickel's hit or miss. Pretty sure Rama survives. She's got plot armor. She's already been destined to do some other stuff. I think Tove survives because I think her specialty is surviving.
Yeah.
Plus, she's been touching all these plants on purpose. Remember? Just in case she had to get out.
But that's the thing, is that she needs a plant to initiate it. So if there's no plants in the Overseer room, then her tree stride doesn't work.
She brings out a potted plant.
Oh,
Toybar.
Oh.
Toybar will
Toybar
survive.
turns into a potted plant, and she uses Toybar to
That's
leave.
so. As I was just plot twist. Toybar surges, turns himself to a potted plant. Tove escapes.
And Tove goes, "See ya."
That would be so funny. I think Toybar survives. I think Merrick and Kyle are probably hit or miss.
Yeah.
Because I think I just believe that there's save attacks coming. I don't know anything about the Overseer as an enemy, right? But there's a part of me that just believes that save attacks are coming.
Well, and plus Nate's had 3 years to put this fight together.
Plus, he's a beholder.
True.
Yeah.
And all those IRAs.
Oh, yeah, all the IRAs, yeah. Someone's getting disintegrated.
I think Flint will be fine. He's the one that always survives, right? He survived against Fenrir's bones.
He survived against...
And all the traps.
Magical effect dropping him to 0 hit points.
Yeah. I don't think Toybar's going to have a problem. Mostly because if I get killed, just the way that my stuff works. My Vaffy respawn, just the way that works. If I get killed in combat, it's going to be pretty easy. I believe, to live.
Oh, you have to get to that death saving throw. That's all that matters.
Yeah, once I hit the death save, it's over, right? I just disappear. I could choose to disappear. That's the big thing, right? Because I can allow someone to pick me up. Because I'm just out of the fight at that point, completely. Yeah. Like the whole combat goes on without me after that. I just don't die. I think Gilvickel is hit or miss, like I said. He's died enough.
He's died enough.
My prediction is the only one that makes it out alive is Flint.
Oh, wow.
Is Flint?
Well, if that's what the Dungeon Master says, we know what's going to happen.
Flint, the only guy, and he lands the killing blow. Little did you know, we've been in Flint's story the whole time.
Yeah, Flint's the real MC.
We've just been the side characters.
Oh my gosh.
He becomes the true Volo of
Plot twist. The entire campaign has literally just been Flint retelling
his
a story.
Oh god.
It's like a How I Met Your Mother.
It's a How I Met Your Mother. Oh no.
This is how I found my goddess.
And she's been dead the whole time.
That'd be so good.
Oh god.
This is how I worship a dead goddess.
But wait, don't you have both her sparks? Yes, I do.
I live on her memory.
Yeah,
Or,
I live on her memory.
I don't know if you guys have seen My Hero Academia, but the opening always starts out as, "This is the story of how I became the greatest hero in the world."
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen most of My Hero.
I'll go ahead and officially wrap it down, though. We'll go ahead and give a shout out to all our lovely sponsors. Make sure to check them out. We got some lovely, we have some amazing discount codes right now through Monument Studios where you can get 3 months off Fantasy Plus, or you can go get 10% off Dracoya.com and get some. They have some more pricier paints, but they are quality paints with Chimera. Also,
Hermit 10 is the discount code when checkout with on Dracoya. Hermit 10.
We're going to have our lovely Lang Mini Studio check out, see how well it works. With that, though, check out our Patreon. Give us a like, share, and subscribe, and keep on rolling, gamers. Hey, tabletop gamers. Thank you for watching this episode of the Hermit's Homebrew. We come out with new episodes every Wednesday. Remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends as we continue to level up and grow.